You did a little research for the episode. What was running through your head when you saw that after, I probably think so many years, probably haven't looked at that in so long.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, and I'm not even kidding. I don't know that I've ever watched that footage. I was there. I remember doing it. I remember what we did. I remember the best part to me was I banged on that door and said, "I'd love to speak with my brothers," and so that was just personal to me. So I enjoyed that part. I don't know. I forgot what we were talking about, dude.
When did you first hear the idea that they want you to go and invade the enemy, so to speak?
That for me that day, like I think Billy the same way too. Is we got there that day and they said, "Hey, they're in town. We're going to go down there and do it." And I was like, "Heck yeah, let's do it." And they had already had the army helmets and everything, so we started getting set up to go. And look, at that point in my life, it would have been good TV to get beat up by 50 WCW guys, I guess. But that's definitely what they kind of hung us out there to do. Should they have left that door open? Should we have gotten in there? Should they have come out? I don't know what would have happened. You know what I mean? Like, it was a bunch of young alphas in their minds anyway, thinking, "Oh, this is we're at war here." You know what I mean? And so does it get crazy? And if the fight starts, who do I fight with? Is my brother on the other side? You know what I mean? Like, it was a crazy day, and they kind of hung us out there like, okay, let's go do this. So we did, and it was fun, and it was memorable, and it was promotable, and it was, you know what I mean? It was good TV,
Who
but it was
came up with
gutsy.
who came up with all the ideas? Was it Russo?
So it had to have been Russo and Pritchard and probably Vince signed off on it, I'm sure. But yeah, Pritchard was with us. So Russo wasn't with us. He stayed at the building, but Pritchard was with us. And so I'm sure he had a lot to do with it. But look what they did back then, especially with DX. I don't know what they did with other people, but with DX, they would write us into a scenario such as this with no verbiage or anything. So it's kind of just, hey, you're going to go down there and we're going to do this. Just do whatever, and we're going to film it. And we got that kind of, we had that luxury on several different occasions as D-Generation X, where we would go. One time the Raw show was short, like 7 minutes, and they just sent us out. They said, "We need you to stay the extra day. We'll pay for everything. We're going to send you out in the streets of New York with a camera crew." And we just walked around New York and said all kind of awful stuff and did all kind of awful things, and they edited it and filled the 7 minutes that the show was short. And I mean, that happened a lot with us. And so they would put us into funny, entertaining, whatever scenarios, and we would kind of act our way out of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so having that luxury and being a creative person, how did it make you feel to be able to incorporate your own ideas into the skits where maybe some people were under a little bit more rigid control?
Yeah, no, we definitely look at that period of time. Everybody kind of had the freedom, or as far as I know, because I never ask Val Venus, "Hey, do they script your promos, or do they let you kind of freestyle?" You know what I mean? But I would imagine everybody was doing their own thing. Hence why there was a lot more people getting over, and they always say grab the brass ring. Well, if you'll let me, I'll rip that son of a bitch off the roof. You know what I mean? But I gotta have the opportunity. But given the opportunity, I will damn sure do it. And so, bing bang boom, Bob's your uncle. Keep going.
Were you were you concerned of any backlash for your brothers who were still over at WCW?
No. And look, I started touching on that earlier, and I think I went into a coma, sugar coma. But the boys in the locker room weren't so competitive as, hey, they're doing good, we're doing good, everybody's getting paid. Like, it's kind of a brotherhood in that sense. And nobody was really, I wasn't. Look, when I say this, I'm saying everything from my perspective and my point of view. And so I don't know what other people were thinking. I know for me and Billy, we talked about stuff. It was like, yeah, it's not a strict competition where I'm going to fight you. But when we went to the building and started to drive a faux tank into their building, I didn't know if it was going to get real all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of fun, but it was scary. I was scared.